The Great Owl of War, an item that really lives up to its name. And I am going to need a great build this time around because I have now upgraded, in some sense of the word, to the latest version of the alpha of this update, which means that I'm going to be seeing a lot of new enemies and a lot of new frustrations because of that. In other words, this is not a time to be experimenting around. This is a time to be taking out the big guns, of which I would definitely consider the Great Owl of War to be that. So technically it is a power, but in reality it's much more of a turret. A turret that follows you around, is completely invincible to enemy attacks, and can also be enraged for a 3 times damage modifier. Yeah, going from, 161 all the way up to 528 DPS. It's something that is really going to help out against the new enemies that I'm going to be encountering around here. For example, these guys, Guardians, which are kind of like a souped-up version of the Shield Bearers. As soon as you break down their shield, they suddenly get a much faster and more difficult to deal with attack pattern. So being able to take them out very quickly is going to be essential. Other new enemies you can see are these Plague Rats, which I'm kind of surprised that they have not appeared in Dead Cells up until this point. You know, it's just something so obvious. You would think that they would be appearing far sooner than something like, I don't know, skeletons with big stompy boots or something like that. Oh well, better late than never, let's just say that. Now, the only real problem with this item is that you do lose it on getting hit for about 30 seconds, which is a pretty hefty cooldown, but given that I am playing on tactics, in tactics on 5-cell mode, it's not really the worst thing. The only time that I'm really expecting to be, the only time that I'm really expecting to be losing it is during boss fights, and even then, with the sort of DPS that this thing can output, 3 times damage bonus, by the way, I might be able to even take out bosses before I'm losing this. At least that's the hope. I don't know, considering that I am also up against a lot of very new enemies that I'm not going to be able to dodge as well, I might be sans owl for longer than I'm thinking. I don't know, I suppose we'll see. Maybe this would be about the point in time to take something like the cooldown reduction mutation, just to make sure that I can always have this thing out and working for me. I mean, really, the thing that makes it so good is pretty much the same thing that makes the magic missile so good. It's the way that you really don't have to do anything to get this to work for you. You don't even have to, like, deploy it well or anything like that. As long as an enemy is just within range of being attacked, you're able to attack it. It's what I was talking about when I was talking about the magic missile is the idea that, you know, every item has DPS. And the Great Owl of War, 213, for example, might seem a little bit low compared to the Bow and Endless Quiver's 886, but I can always, pretty much always, be attacking with this owl. The theoretical DPS that relies on you to have like the absolute perfect circumstances to get the most out of the damage of your weapon doesn't really exist for this. Much like the magic missile, which can track onto enemies above you, behind you, just anywhere. All you gotta do is just hold down the attack button. The Great Owl of War can, the Great Owl of War can similarly just be considered attacking all the time. And that's really, really valuable in a game like Dead Cells. You just sit there, focus on dodging around, or just paying attention to if an enemy is about to start, you know, telegraphing an attack or something like that, because you're just mashing down the attack button or letting your turrets, or the owl in this case, do its thing. It's pretty great. And if you are looking to get this thing yourself, it is dropped from the knife throwers, the invisible guys who throw around knives, that dude right there, who are usually very frustrating, but hey, at least they give you one of the best skills in the entire game, so I guess I can forgive them somewhat for that. Not gonna forgive them for all the times that I've died getting cursed and losing runs because of that. Oh man, I am very worried about losing this owl. I mean, I do. It's like, yeah, it is not very useful if you don't have it around, needless to say. But as soon as I get like some synergies going on here, as soon as I get some real good types of any sort of affix on it, I should be having an easy time with the game past that point. The way that it is always attacking, like I said, means that I should be able to just jump into enemies, especially if I have the Enrage on off of cooldown, and just obliterate everything that I come across instantaneously without even needing to think about it. Yes, Alpha is going to be somewhat unstable. I was doing a stream of it yesterday, and stuff like walking through doors is met with a pretty noticeable freezing up there. And the other new item that was introduced in this update, which, hey, why not just go check it out right now? In here. The other new item, the emergency door, which I would have liked to have done a showcase run of it this time, but like I said, not really a time for experimentation. But the other thing is that it is also extremely buggy. It spawns a door, and that door, while also existing as a door, has a tendency to crash the game. So, yeah, I'm going to be waiting a little while till you see a proper showcase on that thing. I even just used it one time for like anybody that came in late to the stream, and it immediately crashed the game. After it had not been doing that for so long. Hunter's Instinct. Sounds good. 1 second cooldown for every enemy killed. I mean, I might even be able to take some pretty hefty cooldown items. I guess I have like all the powers turned off, because turrets I wouldn't really count as that for the most part, but that would be the one thing. Maybe getting like a colorless giant whistle or lacerating aura to get a lot of usage out of. But I think it's really going to be just making sure that I constantly have this owl out. There are a lot of more new enemies to be finding here. The Plague Rats and the Guardians are merely just one. The next ones we're going to be seeing are in the corrupted confinements, the corrupted prison, the equivalent of the prison depths, basically. I don't remember what that thing is called because it's gone through a couple name changes, as everything does in Dead Cells. Well, anyway. Another thing I'm going to have to watch out for is it's any damage you take, whether it's from traps, enemies, or even just... good. Or even just taking damage from poison. And that can be a little bit difficult to... Ooh, or these crystal, for example, which sometimes a little bit difficult to dodge. Man, we got like gigantic plague-infested worms before we got rats. Think about that. Just consider that for a second. Oh well. I like them. I like their style. They remind me a lot, and they may actually just be a reskinning of the running zombies from very, very early in the game's histories, where basically they were just like little teeny tiny baby zombies that could run really fast. And they may actually just be that. You know, I'm thinking about it right now, and the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm pretty sure... Oh, that was close. The more I'm pretty sure that those are just a reskinned running zombie. Well, there goes the owl. Dang it. Look, the owl is going to take a little bit of finessing. Oh, very nice. Wow, get some synergies, get some really great damage reduction. Not that it matters. I mean, did you see how quickly I was taken down by the giant last time in the last episode where I got 75% damage reduction? Didn't really matter too much for that guy. That's 5-cell mode, baby. And that's why I really need to avoid getting hit a lot. And that's why I am going to do that exactly. Okay. Should have actually looked up the name of the Plague Rats, though, because I'm pretty sure that it's not Plague Rats, it's something else. I looked up everything else, but I've just entirely I dropped the ball on that one. You know, I will take that. Flashing Fans is pretty great. You know, good, I mean, it is a shield, but also kind of not a shield at the same time. In the way that you can be a lot more proactive than you would with normal shields. I was really worried that I was going to lose my owl buddy there. I can't be I have to be very nice around my avian friends right now, you know, being one myself. And hey, you know, with this, the Wings of the Crow and the Crowbar, we're only one item away from having a full-on bird-themed run. Motion Twin, the ball's in your court. Give me some sort of like Falcon Crest shield, because I wanted to make a reference to that. That incredibly old, saucy, the soap drama for reasons that I can't explain. Look, I can't explain what happens in this brain of mine. Told you before that this is pretty much just, you know, turn off your filters and just say everything that you think at all points in time. If that includes references to Falcon Crest, so be it. Throwing more references to, like, Dynasty and Dallas and everything like that, too. Ooh. I kind of actually do like the idea of getting a Rampart because, well, Rampart is the best shield in the game, but I really do... Damage is going to be so important. And getting, like, a very buffed... Oh, okay. I mean, I'm trying as hard as possible to not get hit anyway, so why not? But, yes. What was I even saying here? Oh, yes. The more damage I can get on the Great Owl of War, I think the better off that I'm going to be. The more easily I'll be able to take out enemies, and the more easily I'll be able to fulfill that condition of killing them before they can kill me. Death is the ultimate crowd control and all that. You know how it is. And in fact, since I am cursed right now, let's just take out the bow and infinite arrows. Not like the best. Not the best, you know, bow item, but I would actually probably say pretty close to the best now that I'm thinking about it. Not having to worry about arrows is valuable. It's just like, it's not like the DPS is particularly incredible on it or anything. Legendary items also have lowered reroll costs, so I might be able to get like poison synergy or bleed, or maybe even something else wacky on here to really get this run popping off. Getting 60 kills right now is super good, and I do want to say that is almost entirely because adding these Plague Rats in here has added a lot more enemies to be, you know, it just enrage. I want to take out these guys quick. But yeah, adding these rats in here has actually added a lot more enemies to the game, and they're not very high health, so you can actually take them out quicker than they'll be biting you most of the time. I'm going to think of them a lot more as... I'm going to keep that. I would think of them a lot more as the, like, biter worms, the weaver worms that you find in the Stealth Village, for example, because you just want to make sure you take them out before they can take you out, basically. I do not want to get close to those guys when I am cursed, but when I'm not cursed, they shouldn't be too big of a deal to deal with. And they don't come with the ability to teleport to you all the time either, which makes them a lot nicer to deal with. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I'm going to find in this area. Actually got out of here relatively unscathed. Happy about that. And with some pretty good items. No, I think that this run is already kind of coming together. To be honest, I would really like to replace my Bone Infinite Arrows with something that's going to be a little bit more, you know, of secondary item rather than a primary attacking item, but worst comes to worst, it does give me the range that the fans might lack, at least for right now. It might be, especially if I do end up going up against the Giant or something like that. This route to see as many of the new enemies as possible, I think is probably... is this better? You know what? I would actually say this is probably marginally better. As much as I do like that little extra boost of damage and everything, and the stun time that you get off the heavy turret, just getting pure raw DPS and making sure that you can shoot at 2 enemies at the same time will probably go somewhere over the course of this run. 1 more. That's fine. You know what? Flat 15% extra damage is okay. Disengagement, I think, is always a pretty good take when it comes to... Oh, right. I have the tiny body pile because this is the alpha version. I'm using the experimental 100% on everything unlocked save file. So this isn't technically, you know, my normal... The normal place that I live within Dead Cells, but it's more or less the same. No, I'm going to keep the fans. You could say that I am something of a... No, I'm not going to say it after all. Okay. Next new enemy you're seeing here, the Weirded Warriors, which are, of course, crabs with katanas. And they also have, like, little hat horns? I don't really know what the deal is with those guys. It is a... Man, I'm telling you, those rats are going to be very helpful for taking care of curses. Not really sure what their whole deal is, but from what I understand, they are completely immune to projectiles, which I will probably prove right now. Yeah, look at them go. The owl cannot do anything against those guys, which is bad, but at the same time, I can deal with it. And also, yes, the first example of katanas being used in the game are with crabs. Not with you. You don't get katanas from these guys. They don't drop like a katana blueprint or anything like that. They're just, they're the only ones that get to use them. Look, the only people on this island that have the... Okay, good. I'll explain what those guys are in a second. Yeah, the only people on the island that have the ability to fold steel this many times are crabs. Well, anyway, that other guy are something miasma. I do not remember exactly what they're called. They are slimes, and they have a range attack, which, let's see if I can get them to do it. Hey. Well, they have that sort of like gigantic AoE attack, which is very frightening, and I definitely want to stay away from a lot. But they also have like something where they just spit a ball of goop. Yeah, right there at you, which is... I should have known. Yeah, they spit a ball of goop at you, which is a problem. And it was a problem, as I'm sure you can probably tell. You know what? I'm talking about taking out the big guns. Let's take out the big guns. Yeah, so definitely want to be careful with those guys. Thankfully, I think the only place they appear is down in the corrupted sewers here. As I said on the tooltip, even the stones are infected, and boy, howdy are they. The point that they're growing like... I mean, yeah, I said this before, but hey, we finally get the first generic slime enemy in Dead Cells. It took so long. I mean, certainly there have been slimes before, including, you know, the character that I'm playing as, but it's not quite the same as having just like a big old slimy boy. I am very happy to see that. The only thing that I would maybe switch this out for is getting a, you know, they can block that pretty well. They can't block it perfectly. Switch this out for getting some, like, gold as well as a cell on my necklace. That's the only thing that, that could have been very bad. Yeah, this is the power of tactics where you just blitz down enemies before you can even figure out what they do. And that's the hope here. Oh, come on now. I was too busy paying attention to the miasma to remove the plank from my own eye. Okay. Yeah, I did see that there. Heyo. I like the little beak things the miasma have. Maybe they're just like super extra decayed. Yeah, that was close. Maybe they're just like super extra decayed versions of the slammer enemies. Because you know what I don't see around here right now? Slammers. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. And as you know, those bird fellows are problems to deal with. All right. The 2 extra jumps in mid-air is going to be good for right now. I think I'm going to grab the necklace, though, on the way back out. It gets spit out of the portal, so I'm not going to lose it here. Okay. I am very worried. It's like, especially knowing that I'm going up against new enemies. I mean, look at how going up against Mama Tick has been in the few runs that I've gone up against her. Tends to go very horribly each time. That's because it takes me... Yeah, I'm very angry at that, by the way. Yeah, that's because it takes me a while to actually learn enemies' attack patterns correctly. Give me that. I do want that gold as well as a cell, but not to the point that I am going to be willing to give up anything else. Well, here, what do you got? Nah. I'm feeling pretty good right now as it is. To the point that I think I am going to be taking the... using the fan more than the magic missiles, at least for right now. For the time being. That might change in the future. And I don't know. I mean, with the huge amount of range that I have on Magic Missile and the way that it tracks on everything, Tranquility is actually not a terrible thing, but support would also be good since the Owl does not count as a deployed skill, but the double crossbow-matic will. Networking could be good, I guess. I don't know. Crow's feet, sure. That's always a pretty safe bet to take. Slowing down enemies, especially when you're trying to outrange them, is a recipe for success. And that's the way I see it. All right, owl, get out here. I really don't know how exactly the owl, gets out here or anything. It's still kind of vague and strange the way the spells work in Dead Cells. Am I actually, like, summoning an enemy or what? Oh, well. Point is, thank you so much for playing my game. Yeah. I mean, the owl especially, because, with something like just shooting generic beams or whatever. Right. Shooting generic beams or whatever, fine, whatever. You're shooting that from your hand. You got a magic stone that allows you to do that. But something like, those things can dash at you, so watch out. But something like using an actual living creature like this, I don't know, it feels, well, there it goes. Yep, I told you that it could dash at you. I don't like that at all. Okay, I really want to try to avoid using a potion charge right now, but also, like, oof, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, a Great Owl of War was also the first. There we go. That's why I got that hunter's instinct. But yeah, Great Owl of War I think was also the first summoning type enemy that you got in the game. Now we got with the Mushroom Boy and the door, I guess, now that exists. Although I suppose technically there were the biter enemies for a little while there. Which I would consider them almost more minions than like a summonable type of dude, because they were so expendable. But yeah, we're starting to finally be able to get a menagerie full of items here. The biters were also not magical. They were a grenade. You just threw a ball full of worms at your enemies. Oh my, this is a big problem. Big boy, big problem. But that's what I'm talking about with just getting that DPS. If you can get that DPS, it's going to work out real nicely for you. And this is actually the point in time that I'm really considering taking the Boy's Axe instead, because that is more of a... in fact, I'm going to, because that is more of a, like, secondary, I knew it. I knew it again. But anyway, it's more of a secondary type of item, keeping enemies in place, making sure that they can't attack me, rather than, a second attacking item, which I don't think is worthwhile. I talked a little bit about, like, either something that's going to synergize or something that's going to be passive damage. Synergize passive damage, and passive damage is usually some form of synergizing. And something that just gives you crowd control. And this is giving me crowd control. That's, I think, going to be a little bit more important, because that's the thing that I'm really missing in this run right now than... Come on now. Than a bunch of extra damage or second ways to attack. Okay, these things are going to be kind of annoying in tactics runs, aren't they? I'm going to declare that right now. Oh boy, oh boy. Dead Cells is definitely getting pretty interesting with these new enemies. Sweepers, how quaint. You guys are no longer the big boys on the block now, are you? I mean, are these, oh boy. He's in enraged mode, so gotta watch out for that. Yeah, normal mode, one strike attack, well, at least according to a write-up that I saw from common commenter, Firestar, spelled with PH. The regular version of those guys when they have the shield is that they will do a one-hit attack on you, like a one-hit combo, and then they get a two-hit combo when you destroy their shield. So, and also they run faster and everything. So really pay attention to, like, what color their eyes are glowing. Because you might be surprised otherwise. Of course, if you're also attacking really constantly, you're probably going to be enraging them quickly, so at least that's easy to figure out. Insufferable Crypt. To be honest, I got the items to make that work. Rooting does actually work not super well against the Conjunctivius, but pretty well. I am actually going to take this. The malaise is not the issue at this point in time, to say the least. So, yeah. The owl is also like a great source of passive damage. It is absolutely, you need to do nothing to make sure that this thing is attacking. All you gotta do is make sure that you're not getting hit, which, you're going to be doing anyway. Except now you have extra incentive because your DPS raises by a lot when you do that. I mean, it's a great item. It's a great item that is only, like, not being shown very well right now because of the new enemies that I am encountering in here. Alright. Ice Grenade would also be good, but I do think that I want to keep the turret for a little bit of extra DPS. Really, though, the Magic Missile and the Owl will kind of keep me covered for most regular types of dudes I'm fighting here. Well, the one thing that would probably switch out my... Okay. The one thing that would probably switch out my, my Boy's Axe for right now would be a... Okay. Just push him off the edge. That works. Would be some sort of shield. I think that would be pretty useful right now. Parry shield, I'd love the... Because as you know, I always love anything when I'm trying to describe that in a run. The parry shield would be nice. The knockback shield, I wouldn't be too enthused about, but I would take. I don't... What else? A Thunder Shield? Yeah, I guess I'd take a Thunder Shield. That also does have good crowd control capabilities just because it... Good, it was turned around. I guess I'm just gonna have to, like, roll behind these guys to really get it to work. Well, not when they're back into a corner, I guess. Good, good. But yeah, Thunder Shield does also have stunning, as well as a little bit of extra DPS, too. I mean, it is a 5-cell item, after all. I suppose you kind of expect it to have some real wacky stuff going on here. Okay, one more scroll fragment. Something over there that doesn't really look like it's worth going for unless I really, really want to push for that 60 kill door. And, yeah, you know what? Otherwise, I'm just out of here. Actually, I am pretty close to getting that 60 kill door. I should just do it. I'm not going to say this is the best idea, but it is. Oh, okay. Never mind. It was a great idea to do this. I am willing to blow... Okay, enrage and just get him up here. Yep. Yep. And that is the power of a good tactics run. Yeah, the Toxic Cloud is not really something I'm... Hold up. Go back out here for a second. Let's get the 60 kills confirmed first. And then, only then, I can go and try my hand at this. All right. Still got the 75% damage reduction. Still got... and now got gold as well as a cell and an extra jump, which is going to be very, very useful for this area. You always want to make them jump. Things that make you want to jump. That was the weirdest reference that I could have possibly made to CNC Music Factory, but like I said, I don't know how the brain works. It just does stuff sometimes. And that includes making everybody want to dance now. You understand. Okay, okay. As long as I don't get hit anymore, I'm actually doing okay on health. I guess I have managed to get enough enough HP upgrades around here that it's not too terrible. It's not too bad at all. For the time being, at least. And then we got, what, Scroll Fragment, and then I'm out of here. The Weirded Warriors have been none too friendly right now. I'll give them this. It's something that certainly makes doing tactics runs a little bit, well, a little bit tougher. The other thing that makes doing tactics runs tougher is, you know, the way that you get no health. It's the reason why it's my least favorite 5-cell stat to be taken in. And then, you know, I'll give her a try. We've seen the Concierge plenty of times. Conjunctivius has not really seen a whole lot of action as of late. Why not? Why? Well, I'll tell you why not. Because I might get in that perfect sweet spot of being in 25 and 20% health and then get one shot. Because the disengagement wasn't active. That's the worry, but I might be able to just take out the Conjunctivius fast enough that it won't matter anyway. In fact, I actually do like that, but I got enough money. Spreads inflammable oil, shots pierce all enemies. Oh, that's pretty nice. I was hoping for poison, though. Oh, also let's re-roll this a couple times. Sure, whatever. I mean, I'll take that. Piercing all enemies will be especially good going up against the tentacle phase. So, yeah. There is a workable solution here. Let's go. Oh boy, it's that one weird glitch that happens with a bunch of, come on. Yeah? One weird glitch that happens now with the camera, where it does not get locked on the boss now. I'm not quite sure why that is, but it's working out okay. Just stand in the middle of these crow's feet. Get that axe in there. I managed to not get hit. Good. The axe is going to lose effectiveness very... What? Oh, okay. The axe is going to lose effectiveness very quickly. However, I should be hopefully in a good enough position that won't matter. I'll have killed the conjunctivius fast enough. Won't be nothing but a G thing. Let's just, yeah, just in case. Okay, 3 times damage. Come on. Yeah. There, perfect fight. That's what I was hoping for, and that's exactly what happened. I am very, very happy to see that. And what do I got here for a little bit of pyrotechnic section? Actually, it's not better than what I was using before, so nah, get out of here, you. Your services are no longer required. I'm not entirely sure why that bomb just dropped there, but it did, so, you know. And I'm not going to be going into the graveyard this time because the Slumbering Sanctuary has another new enemy to be seeing. I believe it's just the Slumbering Sanctuary and the Sepulchre that I'm going to be going for. In other words, you say. I mean, I know. Well, here's the thing. Got a new goal in the run, and that new goal is to get another boomerang. And have that kind of run going for me. Oh, yes. Especially because I can have 3 boomerangs out at one time now. All right. This is actually the sort of run that I was really hoping that I could get. It's not going to be easy. It still ain't going to be easy. But it's like, this is... I like how this is looking right now. 50% ammo at max HP. Obviously not very relevant right now, but... maybe soon enough. I would be perfectly willing to take a little bit of extra malaise if it meant getting a... okay. Just that. If it meant getting full health now. Yeesh. That was very close, but worked out just fine. Well, oh, I got confused because it got caught on the wall like that. Something I don't really see. But yeah, we might see a return of the old school tactics. The old school tactics. The old school double boomerang build in tactics form this time, if I don't die. We're looking at... you know what? This is definitely a better safe than sorry type of moment, and I am perfectly willing to lose a potion charge if that... yeah... The game crashed. Well, here's the thing. It'll have... well, hey, it undid my potion charge, so let's just get back to this here. Again, I'm not going to cut. Look, you need the full alpha experience. Let me tell you. And you don't get the full alpha experience by not seeing all of the crashes. I don't know what exactly happened there to make it crash, but... whatever it was, it certainly did it. All right. I still got my good boomerang. I still got my good owl buddy, everything here. I'm going to switch instead. We'll do magic missile until hopefully I do manage to get another boomerang. And I'll be a little bit more cautious this time because, hey, I know what's going to be happening now. It's like having a superpower whenever the game crashes because it has the same seed. Not that stopped me from nearly getting hit anyway. Enraged, yeah. So careful around the big boy. He's so short. I suppose there is like a lot of variance in the sizes of characters in this game, so Yeah, it's the exact same thing because this is the same run. Huh, that's interesting. Unfortunately, due to the way that I got the... I would have probably actually taken that if I didn't... If I didn't have the boomerang, because I am really all in on boomerang meta now. Come on. Give me that sweet boomerang meta. I can so rarely build this these days. I need it so much. I do have a very basic version of the Great Owl of War, so it might also be worth trying to re-roll for another one of those too. That's always one of those things that I forget at the start of these runs, but should be able to. Trigger on destroy affixes is apparently the issue that's coming up right now. No, you have to get the alpha experience. I don't know what I'm going to do about this, by the way. I'll figure out something. I will figure out something. I should start editing around this, though, but I also hope that I remember where I started to get all of these issues. It's a good thing that I didn't try to go into the morass, for example, because that does just straight up crash the game. You cannot even begin to do such a thing. Again, blah, 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 superpower. If things go really badly, I can just force crash the game now. Because apparently I've figured out the way to do it. Blah, blah, blah. Oh no, it's not the items I want. Okay, let's continue. I got to save all that money, too. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, I'm going to make this work. I am going to make this work. Mark my words. Word my marks. Especially word my marks if I do happen to get a Hokuto's bow in the course of this run, which I don't think I would probably take. I'm telling you. Yep. Okay. Great. Yep. Got it at the door. So all I need to do is just keep like booking her out of here as fast as I possibly can, and try to figure out where the exit is, and just enter doors occasionally so it gets saved. Oh no! This is where it crashed last time. Quickly! Die before you crash the game. Oh no! Use the potion charge. The game's very likely to crash anyway. Go, go, go. Okay. Maybe if I hit the button. Okay, button hit. We're looking good. It's not crashing yet. But you never know. Come on, give me another door to go into. As much as I don't like having the lack of... Oh, there's the new enemy, by the way. It's called a Duelist, and it has really janky hitboxes, so I'm going to have to really watch out for that. I also kind of like don't want to go through a door right now, just because I do want to get my potion charge back, really. But yeah, Duelists, they do a lot of small hit type of attacks, and their hitbox is weird, so they can sometimes like hit you behind if you're behind them. I don't know. It's strange, but it's manageable, at least with this sort of build, certainly. With a huge amount of range that I have on everything, I should be yeah, I slowed down there for a second, like somebody was DJ scratching my record. But yeah, what was I saying here? They're easy to manage with the amount of range that I have. Okay. I don't know if I really want to. You know what? I'll risk it. I think maybe hitting that button has now saved me from the terrible crashing that has happened. I don't know, but I should hopefully be okay to take out this curse just with the knowing that I have such a powerful build. Okay. Am I going to get pulled by one Mr. Golem? No? Okay. Okay, and with the curse lifted, I have now figured out... Well, yeah, not with the curse lifted, but now that I've got the curse lifted, let's continue here because I've now figured out exactly what the issue was. So, there are a bunch of new affixes for items that exist in the game now. One of them, you can see on my double crossbow-matic, is drops a grenade when destroyed. And whenever that grenade dropped, the game crashed, basically. And that's how I figured out, and that's how I beat Shaq. Okay. Okay, I'm very glad I got rid of that there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to replace this turret with something else because it's not working too well. It ain't doing it for me. So yeah, all right. Well, that's a little bit frustrating because this turret has been an important part of the build so far, and I don't really want to get rid of it if I possibly could. But hey, you do what you gotta do to make the game continue on, as you know. Hey, 60 kills, too. Good. Oh, those duelists. Those duelists are going to be like a real issue coming up here, so I am going to avoid fighting them if I possibly can. Because like I said, they also have like a really weird janky hitbox, and yeah. Oh, and if you're wondering about the health, I managed to find a clean medkit, just kind of around. If the game happens to crash again. In fact, let's make sure the game doesn't crash again. Just saying right now. So there's my saved progress. But yeah, any sort of turret will do for me. Just not one that has that affix on it. And unfortunately, that affix was on that one sinew slicer that I got in the curse chest, so I couldn't even take that one. Otherwise, I would have. Oh, what's this? I accidentally threw this down. No, I think, what's the best way to do this? I mean, I should just leave, really. But, you know what? Let's just use a potion charge. I'm not going to cheese this out. That's stupid. That's going against the spirit of the game to actually attempt to, you know, wow. No. Not the time. To actually attempt to try to crash the game as a way to save scum. I mean, come on. I should not be doing that. Can't believe that I have not gotten my Explorer's Rune proc just yet. Probably will happen within the next room or so that I'm entering here. I'd like to get into that Sepulchre as fast as possible, though, because at 26 minutes in, I am going to lose my time door. I just want to make sure that I haven't lost any of the many... Anybody else? Anybody else? Any of the many great items that I could possibly get. Yeah, stats, specifically. The items aren't that... What? Hey, Oh, wait, no. Damn it. Okay, and with the Explorer's Rune and everything back here, I also used a potion charge just to be fair, so... Well, I mean, more specifically, I got punched by a golem, but hey, I wanted to make sure that it was at least mostly the same. Alright, okay. So, yeah, I forgot that... Yes, when you take a stat, it automatically destroys any turret around you, and that includes the one that I had put down earlier. As a lark. Well, anyway, it's all fair and square. We're back. Right. Just does that. Don't forget. Oh, man. Unfortunately, as much as I would like this, the owl does break invisibility, so it doesn't even matter. Would it be a better item? No, not really. Drops a grenade when destroyed. That's the thing I gotta get rid of, unfortunately. Oh, well, get out of here, you. I got both of these doors coming up, despite the fact that I don't have a golden skull. That's a weird error that happens with the game sometimes. Alright, drops a grenade when destroyed. Come on, guys. You know what, fine. I'll take this just because I'll be able to re-roll it a little bit easier by... just because I haven't re-rolled it just yet. And I'll try to, as hard as possible, to get rid of that affix. Sounds good. Actually, a lot of really good affixes there, so I'm not even all that disappointed. You know what doesn't have that problem? My good bird buddy. All right, and then we get the final new enemy to be seen coming in here in the alpha. And boy, is it an enemy. Oh boy, there's going to be another cursed chest in here too, and I am going to have to deal with invisible dudes. And the Catan Rabs. Oh, I'm kind of on a time limit here. What's going to be the easiest way to get through here? Here we go. Oh, it's scary for a second. Yeah, I think the Sepulchre is starting to get a lot more dangerous with these variety of enemies, and especially that guy there, the Corpulent Zombie. There he is. There he's doing his thing. Yeah, Jorg. Okay. And that's a very fast jump, let me tell you, too. So don't be fooled. They're pretty frightening. Okay, that's good, though. At least I don't have to worry about accidentally crashing the game anymore. For now. For this short amount of time, I enjoyed the... I did enjoy the... Oh, wait, no, it's a Half-Life diet, so I meant thanks. Anyway, stupid. Yes, I am doing good now. Okay, there we go. Kind of lost my train of thought there. Darkness is still very worrying to me, though, despite the fact that I got my owl. And that thing thrives at night. Hence the term night owl. Would you know, I would really consider myself as one of that. You know, kind of staying up late at night. Not as much recently now that I got a proper job and have to get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and all that. It's unfortunate, because it used to be that it's like, oh, sun's rising, time to go to sleep, but I'm not unemployed anymore, basically. I kind of miss those times in some ways. But hey, in all other ways, how many times have you heard people complain about having a bad sleep schedule, and like, perhaps I should just count myself lucky for not having to deal with that. Get out of here, you. No mood for your malarkey after everything that's been happening. Oh boy, a cursed sword. What are you kidding me? No, get out of here. Not doing a cursed sword anytime soon. Okay. Does pierce... do I have bleed synergy? I do have bleed synergy on the owl. I really got to get a new owl, by the way, because this one is too old and busted. Got to get a fresh one. It's also not doing nearly as much damage as I would like it to. Yeah. Oh, I do not like those guys. Well, I mean, I do because I like their design, but although maybe make them like a little bit grungier, they do seem to have like some pretty clean rags, despite being ancient zombie fellows. If I want to crash the game a few more times, you break it and I do that. But I am not going to be using this because that's a real fool's errand. It will crash the game. And I've already had enough of that for one run at least. Yeesh. Okay. No problem. Be able to take this guy out easy. As I said, easy. Reveals invisible enemies might have actually been worth taking, though, because you know the area where... Whoa, dude! I did not realize you could hit me from there. Learning something new about these fellows. They are frightening for a number of reasons. Okay. All right. That was scary. Biters crawl from the dead. Shots pierce the first target. If I do happen to get some sort of poison in some way, you will be a great ally. Now, it does maybe prevent me from getting the double boomerang in the future, but I'm still holding out on the idea that that might still happen. As the run is going, I'm not very... That's some pretty high DPS, though. I mean, it's certainly a lot more than what I'm getting. Yeah, sure. It's not going to crash the game either. Burns the ground when destroyed. Oh boy, is burns the ground when destroyed going to be the thing that does me in? I hope not, but I guess we're going to see in a few seconds now, aren't we? Oh great. I guess we're going to see in a few right now. Well, here. Okay, that one does seem to work. Just kill everything right now. It's just the drops a bomb that I need to be on the lookout for. Everybody out. Everybody out. Give me this final chest. I'm ready, baby. Ooh, that's actually maybe a little bit tempting. But that's not really the type of run that I'm going for right now. No, no, no. You know the type. You know the sort. 30 on the thing, too, which is pretty schwanky, if I do say so myself. Cool. That was a good amount of enemies there to make sure that I was able to get rid of that immediately. That curse immediately. It's a sort of thing that you're really hoping to see, but generally don't as much as you'd like to. Yeesh. Alright, corpulent zombie over there, but I'm not even going to worry about him. Not for the time being. The weirded warrior, though, I am a little bit worried about, who is currently trying to block projectiles that are definitely not attacking him. Good. Yep, the DPS status, good. You DPSing, cool. That's right, I actually upgraded it from good. All right. Yeah, I'd say that as of right now, got a real good run going on, but I would also very, very, oh so very much like to potentially get that boomerang thing. That's the only thing I'm really looking for right now, because it's so close. Within a hair's breadth. Hokuto's bow would also be nice, but I'm not. Nah. Nothing here really catches my eye. No, the only thing that's really catching my eye is the fact that I have 59 kills right now. One more to get 60. Don't screw this up again. That's also very, very nice to get to. I would have taken it even if it was infected. But it wasn't. You watch, though, if I do happen to go... I mean, any boss is also going to get hit pretty nicely by having 2 boomerangs out right now, too. You know, you can send those out and then just attack afterwards. In fact, it might also just be worth going for the giant right now because of the quite deliciously good run that I have going on. Yes, this is a sort that would be able to take him down pretty easily and with very little effort. Probably will want to switch out some of my mutations, of course, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just going to be mostly taking masochism to make sure they're not getting killed by crystals, and otherwise we might have a repeat of that one stream that I did recently. Stop moonwalking and just get killed. Alright, sure. Yeah, I was more worried about the corpulent zombie than anything else. And as it turns out, my fears were not founded. Alright. Come on. Despite being a potion charge down, I'm still doing pretty good here. Still looking quite nice. You know what? Doesn't even matter. It's right here. I was going to say that it's like Let's Scytheclaw. I was going to say that it's like I'm not going to worry too much about attempting to go for a clear of that area if there were a bunch of enemies, but as it turns out there weren't, and I actually just got Explorer's Rune prockin', so didn't even matter. Even if there were enemies there, I would have been able to see them immediately. Alright, I am ready for a quality giant fight if the game decides to give me one. If they decide that I don't deserve it, well, that's not great. But I think it should be fine. I got the 60 kills. I'll be able to get an upgrade for something, presumably, in this next area. I hope. I think. We'll see. Come on. You know what I want. You know what I need. I mean, well, that's actually pretty good. But Rampart would actually be nice here if I wanted to just switch out the boomerang. I do think that this is Well, that's also pretty good too, but Cleaver's not going to be very useful in the upcoming fight. No, I like this. I like everything that is on offer here, even Super Mario mode. Yeah. People called me out for not doing this in the Scythe Claw run. There. Let's go. I just need to go switch out the mutations, and everything else I think is looking pretty good. Yeah. I mean, no real synergies to speak of here, but that's okay. That's not all that important. You, and if it was getting crits, maybe I would do that. Recovery could also be good too. Maybe I'll just go dead inside to make sure that I'm not going to die immediately to anything. Tactical retreat might be good. Support seems like it would probably be the one to get. Same with networking, but I'm not really going to have anything to be able to use with that. Let's just say dead inside just to make sure that I got the health to support me through the next area. Well, through the final area, really, because I'm going to be switching, skipping right to the hand and then on the boss time. Yep, good stuff, good stuff. Magic Missile is a real good item, by the way. Dang it. Magic Missile is a real good item, by the way. I just do want to make that absolutely clear. Same with, I mean, not to say anything bad about the owl. It's just, my God, that's such a good item. Anyway. Let's get out of here. Woof. Give me something good for, by the way, that's 2 flawless boss fights. Cool. I told you that it's like, you're not going to be getting hit too often if you plan stuff out. If you get the real big heavy hitters in tactics runs. But, you're still going to be getting hit some, so don't get too comfy. What you got? Interesting if true. And by that, I mean, yeah, throw it on me, my dude. See if I can go, might even, like, want to re-roll that a couple times. No, I didn't mean to do that. Might even want to re-roll that a couple times to try and get some sort of synergistic affix on there that isn't just purely drops a grenade when destroyed, though. Well, I am going to have to re-roll that just because of that. Okay. It's the ground and burns oil when the effects... Because the ground with the oil that burns around you when the effect ends. You know what? That's good. That's good enough. As long as it's not something that is going to crash the game. Not that I think I'm going to be able to crash the game here because the Hand of the King would actually have to destroy the turret. And I might be able to blitz him down fast enough that that's not going to be an issue. But, yeah. We'll see if that comes to pass, as I'm saying. Yeah, okay, good. All right. Gotta remember to get my boomerangs out there. Thank you, boomerangs. That's why they're so good. It's because of that sort of rally that you can get. That's what makes them a real quality item. Okay. Not perfect, but I'll live with that sort of that style of ugh. Okay. Yeesh, thank you. Disengagement. Oh, man. A little bit scary there, but I actually managed to get out of that okay. So, that's fine. Ooh, just a little bit scary. Yeah, that wasn't quite the blowout that the giant fight is. With a real good tactics run, that guy can go down very easily. Not so much with the Hand of the King. There's many more factors to be found in there. With a very good run, of course, you can still do it, but, you know. How much can you really rely on that sort of thing? So yeah, Final Judgments on the Great Owl of War, if you're wondering. Yeah, it's great. It continues to be both great and an Owl of War. Based off the Great Horned Owl, as you can see, the little tufts on its head. It is everything I wanted. Of course, that is also dependent on you not getting hit too much, but I still say that even if you do get hit quite a bit, the amount of fights that it just ends by itself is, that it can just end by itself without even your intervention at all, makes it worth it. All you gotta do is just make sure that you got... I mean, if you also got something that did, like, critical hits by this point in time, then I have this level of items, I might even be able to... Come on, give it to me. No, you know what I want. You know what I need. I'm gonna re-roll it one more time. Not gonna be able to get enough money. But yeah, if I did get criticals here, then getting something like Instinct of the Master of the Arms would actually be pretty good, too. For making sure that I'm continuously getting that at all points in time. Make sure that I always have that owl up and ready to go. Okay, alien, a nice fast alien key. I'm always happy to see that, because sometimes this place can be sort of a maze. Not always, but sometimes. By the way, is the tactics run going to go better than the... Oh, no. Oh, it didn't see me good. Is the tactics run that I'm having right now going to go better than the last brutality run I had? What a world we live in. All right. Wow. What a... what a necklace. How can I say no? How can I say no? I can't say no. It's impossible. I mean, I already said yes. Unless I could turn back time. If I could find a way, I'd do it, but I wouldn't, though, because this is good. Real glass cannon, though. Hey, real glass cannon hours. All right, let's go. Yeesh. Good, good, and good. Oh, that's actually kind of fun, too, but I'm not going to take... Well, no. I mean, the boomerang does actually work, like, as a nice secondary item, because you can throw it out and then, you know, also get a lot of extra damage, you know, throw it out and then continue to do that. And wasn't really able to do that too much in the Hand of the King fight. Was able to do that in the Giant fight. We'll be able to do that in the final boss fight, I hope. I hope. We'll see how that turns out in time. Okay, okay. I mean, blitzing down enemies this fast, though, is already a pretty good sign. So I am... the hopes are high, and I think that they will be realized in time. I hit him so I can at least get the rally. That's frustrating. Oh, well, there's the final key. It was the fact that he got the shield on him that really messed me up there. And well, in the meantime, I can continue making my way downtown, walking fast. The cars are passing. I'm homebound. Let's see what we got in here. Ah, come on. I'm not even going to see what the special affix is on that. It's not worth it. I'm not going to be taking it regardless. Please, please, Magic Missile, I need you right now. In my time of need. So, where's the Wizard Tower going to be? Because this is... this is some generation. I said it like every single episode. I don't need to say it again. All right. What do you got? Perhaps another shot at me getting the combo that I'm looking for. And there it is. 119,000. But should have probably re-rolled that before, you know. Or should have probably looked in there before I... Well, the assumption is usually that you're not going to just get two of the same shops. It just happened to be that way here. I'm just going to take those guys out with an enraged bird. Now, is this where I want to be? I honestly don't know. It seems maybe, potentially, but really can't say with absolute certainty. It's got to be way on the right. It's gotta, because I don't really know... Yeah. Because I don't really know where else I would even be going. Also, how's those parkour skills? Pretty good, if I do say so. Okay. It's got to be on the right side. It just doesn't look like it. Man, I do not know. Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't know where the exit to everything is going to be. It's too questionable right now. Because everything is just kind of like in the center of everything. Okay, well, I should probably still be able to make the amount of gold that I guess it's not. Okay, I should still be able to make the amount of gold that I need to get that double boomerang, but I am going to probably need to fight like an elite or something when it comes to getting into the tower, wherever it may be. So I'm going to have to just make sure that I kind of keep clear-cutting through this entire area to make sure that I'm getting the fungibles that I require. Okay. Maybe down here? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, here it is. Right on the edge. The edge of the world, baby. Edge of tomorrow. Living on the edge of tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's just real nestled up against there. And kind of not the highest tower that I've seen, certainly. Okay. Take him down. Owl, you too. And Magic Missile, you as well. I'm kind of relying on all of you to be team players here, as you know. Good. You know, I do like the Guardians in the very first area for nothing else than just making it so that failed experiments don't just literally cover... Where's my owl, by the way? Anyway, yeah, making it so that like failed experiments don't literally cover the entire map, every single place you can possibly look. I think there might be some sort of jankiness going on here. I remember the Mushroom Boy had a very similar sort of issue where he just kind of didn't show up. And I guess it despawned, but that's... No, not that. I can see where it needs to be opened. That's not the question that I have here. The question is, what stat do I want? And the trick question, it's... tactics. All right, then. Yeah, whatever. All right. I can't get food. Yeesh. This will also go to the money that I need to get that final thing. I just really hope I'm not going to screw this up. Because, oh boy, I'm going to take a lot of damage here if I fall into any spikes. Do I have, like, double jumps or anything like that? I do get one extra jump in midair. Good. Good to know. I can kind of plan on using that then if the generation of this requires it. Oh, come on now. Oh, come on now again. Okay, well, not the best, not the worst. Frankly, I'm actually just going to take a potion charge here. One potion charge really should probably be enough for the final boss fight with the sort of DPS that I'm going to be outputting with that final little bit of... Yeesh. Ow, hey, come on, man. You're ruining my owl here. Like, the DPS I'm outputting should be real good with the final little bit of tactics that I'm getting here. Yeesh. Yeesh, indeed. Good, good, and good. Okay, one more second on my owl, and we're good again. Yeah, I should be able to afford that. Yeah, I'll definitely be able to afford it. It was like 110,000, I think. Thank you. Well, it doesn't even matter. I don't have any melees anymore. And also, I can't heal with that. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Going right up here. Double boomerang, baby. It's back. Back again. Is it badder than ever? I do dare say it is. Well, in the sense that it is kind of badder than ever because you can't really use it too much. Oh, it's been so long. Let's go. This should do it. This should be what I'm looking for. Disengagement is also going to really help me out here. And, owl. I think you disappeared by hitting the thing. Well, I'm going to... And I really can't just, like, stall this out too much. Good, good. Yeah, that wasn't even actually all that difficult to go in there. So, yeah, let's get going. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this fight. I think it might get a little hairy for a minute. But then it'll probably... I cannot re-roll that at all. It'll probably get a little hairy for a minute, but then it will get much nicer afterwards. Oh, I can't even re-roll that. That's... I mean... It would have only been a minor increase from something like support for DPS, but still. Would have been pretty nice to get. All right. Let's go. Yeah, the DPS still is pretty good. Unfortunately, so is my inability to dodge any of these attacks. But that's fine. See, he's already down 2 potion charges, and we just started this fight. So yeah, it's looking pretty all right. Oh, there's a third one. Come on, I might be able to. I think we're actually in the last phase right now. Which, yeah, sure. Cool. Ooh, 3. That's fine, because we're already at the end here. Stop that. Yeah, all right. There we go. Even with the new enemies, still got a pretty good run going on there.